Hello Leos, welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarots. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked, the tarot reader is naked, by which I mean I try to strip out as much astrology as I can. I do this by using that playing deck to bring in the star sign of the person we are doing the read about, or type of star sign. We're also doing the read about the Four of Swords, which you had in Sunday's All Signs overview. If I remember rightly, I may have said something along the lines of your person isn't quite healed yet. You can always go back and check the video. Well, that's the energy we're doing, so I don't know why I'm finishing the shuffle. No. Two energies there. We could be dealing with two people in this particular read. Okay. Or we could be dealing with a Queen of Hearts, which I believe is a Scorpio, but I will just have to check that in a second, who is younger than you. Passionately, I'm going to say, with the Three of Clubs out. Okay, I'm just going to put you on pause for a second while I find my little list of what tells me all my different cards and the associating star signs for them. Yes, I was right. Here it is. It's a Scorpio. Queen of Hearts. So we're doing a read about a Scorpio who might be slightly passionately younger than you. Okay, Three of Clubs would be representing the wands in the tarot, which is why they're the fire signs. Okay, so, and the Four of Swords, obviously, which was heartbreak and things. Not heartbreak, recovery from heartbreak. Didn't look at any of the cards during the card. Didn't look at the bottom of the cards. We got the Hanged Man after the cut. Maybe they've been looking at things from a slightly different perspective while they've been in this healing energy. Okay, so let's get on with the read, shall we? I think the first card what will come out will be just there, will be the energies of the connection. It's like the driving force behind how they're feeling, what they might do. Okay, and the driving force of, well, how you feel about things. Okay, next to that just there will be how this Scorpio feels about the connection. Okay, just there will be how this Scorpio feels about you, Leo. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry, had to clear my throat. I hate putting you on pause. Right, just here will be what the universe wants to reveal about the connection. It's like some tarot readers would call it like the hidden energy, or what you don't know, what's being withheld from you, that sort of thing. But basically, it's just the universe saying it's a little bit about the connection, possibly why the connection is like that, possibly where it wants the connection to go. Which brings us to this one, which is the ultimate, the hopefully final outcome. I say hopefully it's the final outcome because the universe will make all these plans for us, and then we will get in the way of these plans with our own free will. Okay, I'm rabbiting on a bit just for the simple fact I haven't got a shuffle yet. Talking about free will, you can use your free will, and I implore you to use your free will when it comes to tarot reads. Okay, especially on YouTube, because we are pulling on lots of different energies for lots of different people, which means it should never resonate with you 100%. If it does resonate with you at all, fantastic. Remember, this is a guide, not the exact answers to the question you have in mind. If this doesn't resonate with you, in my particular case, because I'm not following any cycle, tune in next week because that one might. Okay. So I've got the shuffle at last. The overall energy for this is the Knight of Cups. If that's on the screen, there we go. Well, I'm away in a hotel again, Peterborough again, different hotel, different carpet on the floor. Okay, but we got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the minor arcana of the Justice. It's about bringing balance. It's about bringing equilibrium, I want to say, normally to some sort of love connection, because it's a cup and it's all about love. The cups are about love and emotions and the things. It's also about a card of seeing one's own future, and it's about a card of wanting to communicate to you about love. So this is kind of like an overall card for all the cards will come out on this deck. When I say deck, I mean where I'm laying the cards, not this deck. But I suppose it is for this deck as well. Okay, let's carry on. So the connection is all about truth, yeah, and acting upon that truth. Okay, finding out the truth, hearing someone say something what confirms something you've always felt is true. It is also a card of seeking professional advice. Okay, so perhaps you have a faulty, I don't know, television which keeps like cutting out or changing channels by itself, and you can't think of any way to fix it yourself. It's time to seek someone who fixes tellies for a living. Get them in. Seeking professional help. Someone deals with the problems you have. It's time to go and see them. Okay. The Four of Cups. In this particular case, I'm feeling the Four of Cups is all about what's the best way to put it? Daydreaming. Okay, this is how this Scorpio feels about this connection. They're just daydreaming about it. They're just plodding along, thinking, "Oh, what if the repairman comes along and I don't know, steals my biscuits when I'm not looking?" Okay, it's that kind of energy. It's like imagining what could be happening instead of what really is happening. I'm getting also a little feel of like they want something to happen from this connection, but they're not actually telling anyone about it, and they're just thinking about it, and everyone keeps trying to offer them something, but it's not quite right. It's not having the right thing, what they actually want, but they're not telling anyone what it is. Okay, the Three of Cups. They do want to talk about this connection, though. They do want to talk to you about this connection, and I hate to say it, they actually want to talk to you about a third party. I am feeling a third party energy in this one, Scorpio. So, perhaps you're in a third party, perhaps they're in a third party, and you've discovered the truth. Or, as I said, perhaps you're in a third party and they've discovered the truth. But they're not quite acting on it yet. The truth needs acting on, or they might be seeking legal advice about it. Not legal, professional advice about it. Maybe legal advice, Freudian slip and all that. Okay, the universe says this is a new beginning, this connection. Okay, the universe has given us the Fool card for its little chime in on this, and it's all saying, well, yeah, this whole connection is going to lead to a new beginning. It's going to lead to starting over. It's sort of, the Fool card implies that you've just come off the World card. It's the start of the major arcana again. Okay, normally on a higher level. It could be that you come off the Judgment card and you're going back down an old road to try to get it right this time round, because you didn't quite get it right last time. But I'm feeling it's more of a new start than a previously trodden path. The ultimate, it's again, I've used the word ultimate again. The overall outcome for this connection and everything is a message, a communication of some description about love. Okay, we got a message of love here, we got a message of love here, and we have a message of sorts of love there. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers out for all these, shall we? The King of Swords, what are we going to clarify that with for our Leos? Oh, there we go. Let's just finish that shuffle. Well, the first card is the World, which came shooting out the deck rather powerfully, actually. So it is a new start. This Fool is taking a new start. This truth you have learnt, or this professional advice you have to go and seek, is all because you've managed to succeed in life's last lesson. Okay, I don't mean the last lesson, I mean the last one you were on. and you are now leveling up and moving on to a universe's or life's new lesson. And so you're starting off as a fool again. You're running through the whole arcana cycle again. The World card is a very powerful new start. This whole connection is a new start. The truths you have learned is causing a new start. The advice you are seeking will be leading to a new start of some description. Okay. And the Page of Cups again. This new start is all about love and romance. Okay. And what can I say? It's a deep love and romance, and something new, something you never thought could actually be, something you always thought was in fairy tales. I'm feeling a little bit of fantasy about it all. I don't mean fantasy as in like dressing up all kinky, like I mean fantasy as in like it's amazing amount of like ifs and buts, whats and maybes, which may all come true for you now. But we will see. It is leading to a lot of overthinking though. There is a lot of deliberation to be had because of this new start. Okay. As it will leave you in your head, Scorpio, should I say. Which, to be quite honest, is not unusual. I know a few Scorpios, most of them tend to overthink everything. But yeah, it's the way some people are. Maybe I just know a lot of people who overthink everything. Maybe I just think I know a lot of people who overthink everything, because I don't really think about anything. I just do. Okay, right. The Magician and the Seven of Pentacles are coming out for this Four of Cups, which is how this Scorpio feels about this connection. Okay. The Magician is, well, actually, it's the first card in the Major Arcana after the Fool. We're starting to get a little run going on here. It's all about actually equipping the Fool for his journey. Okay, used to be called the Cobbler in older decks, and the Cobbler used to make shoes. So basically, he made shoes for the Fool to go on his journey with. But because a shoemaker way back when was also a gifted leather worker, he would make things like satchels and little leather tunics and jackets and things with pockets in, and little handy things to have. So it is basically, that's where the cobbler turned into the magician, having all the tools you need to succeed, because the cobbler has all the tools you need to go on a journey with: satchels, shoes, jackets, possibly a little one-man tent, something like that. Okay, they're dreaming and thinking about all the tools they need to succeed, but they seem to feel like they're missing one. Okay, I almost see a picture of someone looking off in the distance thinking, I really could be doing with that, and that'd be the last thing in the set. Okay, they felt this way a long time as well, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out. They felt about I feel that this Scorpio may be the one who gave the truth, okay, to create this connection in the first place. They've been holding on to it for a long time. It's probably why they're still sitting there, not really willing to do anything about it now they've revealed it. Okay, but it's definitely been going on for a long time with that Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is generally seen as a farmer surveying his work, waiting for the harvest time. Okay, that takes months to plant a seed and have it go all the way through to harvest time. Crossing this is the King of Swords again. The King of Swords. So basically, yes, they are dreaming and thinking about this truth. Okay, I feel possibly that truth is that last little bit they were waiting for to have all the tools they need to succeed. And it's been taking some time to either get to them or to deliver it to a point of contact to make a connection. Okay, which would be you, Leo. Okay, so let's see what the Three of Cups is about. The reason the Three of Cups is a card of communication, first and foremost, that's better, and not always a card of a third party, is because all the other things it represents. A third party in itself requires communication. You can't have a third party in a relationship without communication. You can't have a relationship without communication. It also represents like social networking, bonding, group bonding, group gatherings, everything like that, reunions. You might hear some tarot readers say when they pull the Three of Cups, all those things require communication to actually make happen. The Sun and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Sun is all about happiness, joy, and security. It is another card of communication as well. It's a card of happiness. It's a card, you could say, and argue the point, it's a card of Leo. Okay, but I don't do all that in my tarot. So we know that they're thinking about you, Leo. This is how they feel or think about you. They feel happy, that you make them feel happy. You make them feel secure. You make them feel warm inside. Okay, and they want to work on this with you. Okay, they want to communicate this work they have, or this work they want to do on this whole connection, this whole relationship they have with you. I do feel that this relationship may be turning into some sort of romantic love relationship. It may be platonic at the moment. Okay, crossing this is the Ten of Cups. It is the emotional fulfillment that everyone is after. Basically, it's a little bit, again, I'm feeling that fantasy side of things. It's the romance that everyone's always dreamt about having, and they're feeling that, well, if they talk to you, you could be the provider of that romance for them. You could make their dreams come true. This whole Page of Cups here is they want to come to you and explain to you how they feel and what they see you having the potential of bringing them. But bear in mind, they've come out as a page twice now, in the overall outcome as a Page of Cups and in the connection as a Page of Cups. And as I said, passionately, they're a lot younger than you. I don't necessarily mean in years. This could just literally be passionately. Their idea of passion is giving you a kiss, slapping you on the bum up on the way up to bed, and doing what people do and then rolling over and going to sleep, where your idea of passion might be a lot more than that. Okay, so let's see where this Fool is taking us. To be quite honest, Leo, your idea of passion probably is a lot more than that, but where's the Fool going? What journey is the Fool on, universe? It's the Ten of Cups again. You gotta love tarot. You gotta love tarot when it does. And the Queen of Cups again, communication. The universe is telling us, yes, this, I said up here, this is a fantasy. Yeah, a fantasy romance. The sort of fantasy where what fairy tales are made from. And down here it is that fantasy romance again. And this time it's actually falling on a new beginning card. I forgot to mention up there, the tens always lead to a new beginning of some description. Okay, the new beginning in this case is the Fool. It's the start. Okay, so the universe is saying there is the potential for this fantasy to actually be fulfilled. Okay, you could have your fairy tale happy ever after, but it does require communication. The Queen of Cups is all about, again, communicating how one feels. She is very deeply empathic with other people. She knows how other people feel. She can put herself in their shoes quite easily and understand, like, how they may have done the things they've done, or why they done the things they've done. Okay, and they look back on their past life experiences and stuff like that and sort of say, well, okay, it wasn't exactly the same situation, but it was a similar situation. I just wasn't stupid enough to say this, do that, or whatever. Okay, so it is all about communicating how one feels. She has the Ace of Cups in her hand, which would normally be the card what follows this Ten of Cups. And in a way, the Ace of Cups is following this Ten of Cups. But she's willing to give that Ace of Cups to the person of her choosing. And the universe is sort of saying that the communication, the giving of love, yeah, although they're coming in looking like a page, if you give them a few minutes and let them settle down into their feels, they could soon be bombarding you like the Queen of Cups. Okay, and that slightly younger passion I feel down here, it will be elevated quite quickly up to a Knight of Wands, a fast acting passion. This basically just telling me that this new start, this world card and this fool launching off onto his new journey with all the stuff he needs to do it from the Magician, is all going to be kicking off really fast. It's going to be like a whirlwind romance. Wouldn't that be nice, being whisked off to Paris or Monaco, or let's find a place in America. What, Niagara Falls? I know that's not America. Is it? One side is. I don't know. Not 100% with my geography in America. I'm sure one of my American viewers would tell me off for it. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a reliable energy. What the Knight of Pentacles normally falls on normally happens, okay? It's probably only really trumped by the World card for making things happen, okay? But this particular one, it's a long drawn out one. The Knight of Pentacles does his little job when he's ready to do it, okay? He gets sent off to a war by his king, and he takes the longest route he can find because he don't particularly want to go to war, and he's kind of hoping it'll all be done by the time he gets there, okay? But this is like kind of mirroring our Seven of Pentacles above it. It's something what's been taking a long time. They took a long time to come in with that King of Swords, which was crossing that 4, which they've been dreaming and thinking about for a long time before finally coming in. And it could be the truth is just how they feel about you, okay? The thing what is also crossing this is the Seven of Cups. The overall outcome will be they will come in and you're going to feel that you're not their only choice, okay? You're going to feel like they had plenty to choose from if you want. I feel that you kind of intimidate them a little bit, which brings them down to that page level, bearing in mind that they can quite easily be a queen if that intimidation goes. But you see them as having lots of choices. You see them as having like, well, the pick of the town. All they have to do is snap their fingers and someone will come running, okay? And probably more powerful than that Ten of Cups, what has come out twice in here, is the overall outcome of this connection doesn't just have the potential to be like a happy ever after whirlwind romance. It has the potential to be a happy ever after life, okay? The Ten of Pentacles is basically having it all. Okay, it's like the minor arcana of the sun. It's like having the house, the job, the car, the pet, the kids, the spouse, the neighbours, the horses in the paddock at the back of the garden. It's pretty much having everything all just tied together and right, okay? Having all your eggs in one basket if you want, but never actually dropping your basket and breaking those eggs. Okay, so that's what that was. So I'm just going to ask the universe one quick question for you, Leo. And that quick question is, what does Leo have to watch out for from all this? Because I feel that there is something underlying. Yeah, I did feel a slight twang of third-party energy off that Three of Cups. So, yeah, what does Leo have to watch out for? Bearing in mind, this read is all spurring off a Four of Swords, which is all about like healing and taking time out from doing much. That could just be that they had been healing. It might be why that they were in a Four of Cups and not actually taking much action or anything. Right, what do we have to watch out for? An Empress, Judgment, and Okay, right, and the Hanged Man, which was the only card we looked at while I done my cut. Okay, so the Empress is... No, let's start with Judgment. It's in the middle. We'll start with Judgment first. That's how it's meant to be read. Judgment is all about something coming back from your past to affect your future. It's a second chance. Okay, sometimes you get judged worthy, sometimes you don't. But either way, you get a chance, a second chance. If you don't get judged worthy, you go back to being the fool, you start again. That's your second chance. Sometimes it's a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and sometimes it's always coming back from the past to affect your present. Okay, you didn't do it this time around, you're going back in time to start it again. Or it's coming back from the past to now affect your future and your present. I'm drawn to the fact that these two people are standing naked in front of this person. It's naked judgment. Okay, it's also representing to me some form of love connection. I'm feeling lovers off those two cards. Okay, bear in mind, Leo, this is what you have to watch out for this connection. I believe it's warning you about some sort of love connection you've had in the past. Could be coming back roughly at the same time all this happens. Bear in mind, we are all on different timelines. Some of you may have already started going through this energy. Some of you may be going through it in the next week or so. And others of you might not affect you until well into August. Okay? But this energy I'm feeling of this possible ex-lover coming back, you saw them as everything. You saw them as, well, the world. You saw them as the Empress. Having it all together, you saw them as passionate and loving and generous and honest and truthful, all rolled into one. All those queens of the deck all rolled into that one person. Yeah, and all the positive sides of it. But I will point out, it's something coming back from your past. It's an ex for a reason. Yeah, you don't generally split up with someone unless there's a reason to. Perhaps it was you, perhaps it was them, but there is always a reason. Okay. The Hangman on the other side of this judgment is saying perhaps you need to be looking at things from a slightly different perspective. Perhaps you shouldn't go and retread old ground. Okay, we're looking at things from a new perspective. Perhaps this Scorpio could be the new person to go and see because you are looking at everything from a different point of view. Okay, but you do have your free will. If the Empress comes back into your life, you may be wanting to try it. It's up to you. Okay, as I said, use your free will and your discretion for any tarot read you watch on YouTube, not just mine. Okay, hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, share and comment. If it didn't, don't worry too much. I don't follow the cycles like lots of other readers do. Yes, sometimes, well, kind of all my reads are linked one way or another. But you don't need to have any sort of form of resonation with this read to watch the next one. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate with you, the next one might. Okay, thank you very much and catch you all soon.